Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée. Naso idée. Yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Now You Know Podcast, the People's Podcast, your favorite podcast. I'm here with the man of the hour. You guys might not know who this man is, but he's been on NYK Podcast when it was just a backside podcast. He was there since day one, but for some reason, he's been gone for 3 years. And today,
Left us.
he's making his long-awaited return. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Nda.
3 years is a stretch.
Which kind of stretch? I beg you.
3
You've been gone
years.
for a while.
No.
Where have you been? Where have you been? Let's start with that one. Where have you been?
There
You
was,
asking
there
me like you
was.
don't see me. I've been here now.
See you, say.
I've been
Yeah.
preparing for my comeback.
Last time I saw you, you didn't have beard.
Do
That's
I
how
have
long
it?
it's been.
Last
Do
time
I
I
have
saw
it?
you, you didn't have any. You should Kurobo.
Actually, that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was
Yeah.
going. He was going through a lot, and a lot was going through him.
It was
So
been a
I'm telling
lot.
you.
A lot was going through me.
Matter of fact, last time we saw you, Blesso was saying that when you go back to the gym, you said, "I swear to God, Monday."
damn, dude.
No, I lost my
No. But guess
my
what?
running
You can
shoes.
check. You can check the evidence on NYK podcast. What on our Instagram page? What is it called again?
Yeah, NYK podcast on
Yep.
on Instagram.
Yep, it's right there. There's a
Yep.
snippet of it right there. That was the last time that was here.
Funny
Anyway,
enough, now
you
me
guys,
and
you
Blesso
guys
is on
have
here.
you guys have heard also Chef Carr. You know, Chef Carr is a very active member on this podcast.
You know?
You know, he's more active. You know, like Arya's sword from Game of Thrones.
Needle.
Right. Very active.
Needle. we don't forget her name. Her name is Needle.
Yeah, her name is Nidu.
Hmm.
Chef Carr, Wagwan, how's work?
Ah,
How your
you see
employer
my
treating
eyes
you?
there. The people are treating me not in the very best way, but it's okay. We'll talk about that one. Matter of fact, no. We'll talk about it now because it ties into this topic that we're talking about today. I have a lot on my mind and a lot on my chest. I need to get off.
Damn. This is safe space. Please, by all means.
Man, you see, you know how you reach out to people, right?
Mm.
And they ignore you.
Mhm.
You reach out to others, they ignore you. And then you have one or two that will reach back out, or sometimes they even initiate the communication. And then when you respond back, they ignore you.
Mm.
And then to think, you think it will happen with people outside of your circle, outside of your employers, stuff like that. But when it's your own people, man, these damn recruiters, man. These damn recruiters. After the devil, you have recruiters, bro.
Chat. Is that bad, huh?
It's that bad, bro.
Yeah, but it's true though, because I was thinking about it. Like these recruiters, they come and they sell you this dream. Like, this we're trying to source for this client. They are a multinational client, $10 billion revenue. They're looking to fill this particular role. And based on your resume, I think you'd be a great fit. And then they'll be like, tell me a little bit about your background, what you've done so far. And they're like excited. I've done this, I've done that, I have experience in this, I have experience in that. And then boom, they'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I think you'd be a very good fit for this company. We're gonna go ahead and submit you. What's your salary? What salary range you're looking at? You give them a number, they're like, yes, that's well within range. They submit it, boom. After that, what happens?
Those are the positive ones. We all know
wait,
the scammer ones too.
I'm not even, I said, after that, what happens? Crickets, yo. It's like they just ghost you.
The thing is,
crazy.
what's your experience with these people, bro? I'm trying to find one person with positive experience with most recruiters. Like, you have one or two that are good, but for the majority,
Well, I would say though, I mean, generally speaking, it's been the same experience, right? But there are some recruiters that actually want, like, they really want to help you. They follow back. I had this one experience with this one lady. I think she worked for some recruiting company called Tech Systems. This is when I was trying to get into IT. And man, I don't know, but that lady took my resume. She would always reach out to me, message me every couple of months, check up with me. I mean, at the end of the day, it was crickets. When we found something and she's like, "Oh, this is a perfect fit," we're gonna talk to them and they'll reach out to you. But I never, heard anything back. But at least we had that relationship where she always reached back out, check up on me, any progress and things like that. But generally speaking, it's been the same. I've sort of like learned whenever I see an email about jobs from a recruiter or a call, when I have a call with them, I don't even keep my hopes up. I'm just like, yeah, it's like it is what it is. So I'm just thinking of the worst already. So I don't like to keep my hopes up, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah.
Right. Nah, for me, these people, man, and I say these people with all prejudice, because, bruh, they have dealt with me, bro. Like, I don't like I internally. I thought it was just externally. Internally, I see a role. I'm like, okay, maybe you'll consider you would do something different, whatever. I message them beforehand just to even network. Crickets. I said, okay, what is going on? Cool, let it go. I apply, message them again after that. What is going on? Crickets. And then now it's like, I help someone with their resume. And by help, I mean that person copies my resume like from A to Z. And then I improve on it even. And by improve, I just added key like details on there, thinking like, okay, cool, maybe I'll at least even get an interview. The other person went and got an interview, bro. I did not get an interview. They said, oh, we found more ideal candidates or better candidates. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What are you people looking at? Like, I'm very curious to understand what a recruiter does on a day-to-day basis, because I'm really starting to think like they get paid to torment us.
And then you would get like 3 or 4 different recruiters for the same position. Everything is the same. The job descriptions are like, wait, is this not the same thing? And it's like the same time, the same day, the very same day, there's like 5 different emails from 5 different companies, and they're looking for the same,
Yep.
position. I don't know, man. It gets really, really frustrating.
And you know what they're gonna ask for, right? The R to R.
Yeah, right. Like,
The
hey,
R
yo,
to
yo,
R.
fill this out real quick, man. Send it back. That's
No.
what you're asking the sweet.
Bro,
The boss gonna represent me. Yo, not knowing that you're one of 50.
bro. And the thing is, they would literally sit there, like, so I'll give you an example, right? And this is like, I know these recruiters are scammers too, bro. No cap. So I was in the job market. I'm actively looking. This guy reaches out from Bank of America, white guy. Like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we're paying 75 an hour. I'm like, this is interesting. I'm very interested. Let me see what's going on. So I go through a screening, whatever. Boom. The guy's like, oh yeah, you did great. We'll reach out to you. But the man ignores me. I'm like, okay. 2 days later, the man reaches out. Yeah. I'm like, interesting. I kind of just go through a little bit and I'm seeing like how things are, going. And then Padman said, oh yeah, for this role, we're offering 50 an hour. I looked at the boy, I said, what is going on now? I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like, talk to me. I'm like,
something not
look,
right.
so I called BS, right? And I'm like, look, this person just offered me 75. Like, I know you're lying. And he's just like, okay, cool. Give me a moment. He comes back, he's like, okay, we can go up to 60. And I'm like, bro, we know. Like, come on now. And then
So
he's like, okay, cool. We'll go up to 70. I'm like, you know what? Let me take it. So then I take it, right? And I'm like, he sends the right to represent. I know I wasn't even going to sign it, but I'm like, you know what? I have someone else that, is decent. Let me refer them to that person.
yeah.
I referred them to that person, bro. This man started his offer at 40, even lower.
Whoa,
And I'm like,
whoa.
so this is how y'all do? Like, y'all about to just steal from
Yeah.
people? Like, I don't understand.
So that's my thing though. Like, as a recruiter, man, like why are you cheating us, man?
Bro,
Like, I really want to understand the
Yo,
process. Isn't
question
that
though,
when?
like how
Yeah.
how how do recruiters get paid?
Exactly.
From
That's my
you, okay.
question.
So that's the thing. So I think
Because
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure. Oh, go ahead.
no, because I know how like contract works, right? For example,
Mm-hmm.
I I work for a company, right? I'm a full-time employee, so I have like a salary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when my company wins a contract for another company, that company is
Mm-hmm.
probably paying for me three times what my actual rate is. So that one I know, like I'm getting one third, my company is getting two thirds. But how do contractors, or not contractors, how do recruiters make their own money?
It's a commission. So a lot of times, right? Let's say, for example, at your job, if you refer someone, a lot of times jobs are going to give you, if that person gets hired, they will give you a certain compensation. They'll give the other person compensation as well. If it's a recruiter, they get 100% of it, but then they also get their base pay from that company specifically, right? That, you know, offers them, that employs them pretty much full time. So a lot of times what these recruiters try to do is, if you're going to be a contract, they try to, go through that and basically cut you off the deal a little bit. So if a company is paying a recruiting agency to find talent, the company says, okay, our budget is $100 an hour for this
Mm-hmm.
role. These recruiters will be like, okay, cool. Instead of taking the full $100 an hour and offer it to you, because they know the company is still going to give them their, commission from that thing anyways, they'll be like, nah. Instead, what they would do is they'll take the pay from the company and they will offer you like 50 and keep the other 50 for themselves.
Mm.
And then now they get paid more, which is why I know this is a tactic that I know some people in the IT field started doing recently, where it's like now they actually just pay the recruiter directly themselves. It's like, hey, work for me and find me a job. So the recruiter goes, looks for whatever jobs you want, whatever. And then whatever offer you get, off the top, they get maybe 10% of your salary for that entire year or so. Or,
Mm-hmm.
it comes off your check, you know,
Wow.
however it works. So that's how they get paid basically. But I do know like their company still gives them an actual check nonstop. They just get the extra commission from that.
Oh
So
wow,
what?
that's my
So
first
so
time
so,
hearing
so
that.
why so why do companies not just post a job and
Uh,
move
right.
on?
They do, but you also have to realize too, like, let's say for example, right? We can use Verizon for example. They have their own internal recruiters.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna hire if they're doing full time, they're going strictly through just their recruiters, right? A lot
Mm-hmm.
most times, 90% of the times. If they're not looking for contract work, then a lot of times they might partner with a contract with an agency basically. And then they would use those recruiters from there. Because usually if you're going with those contracts, for one, sometimes you might have a great working relationship with them in the past and then you're just kind of keeping them in hand because they might have a monopoly in a specific market or they might have talent in a specific market. So you're just using them because that's their expertise. But either way, it's like they get paid from the company side and also from their own company, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I mean, I know you talked about what people are doing now. So for our listeners, right? People that are trying to break into tech that haven't had like a lot of success, or people who are like constantly applying for jobs and not getting anything. I know you already kind of talked about, being able to pay the recruiters to do the work for them. Just kind of, you know, elaborate more on that so they can probably take that advice and try it and see if, they get lucky.
Like, can you repeat that one more time?
No, so you quickly talked about people
Mm-hmm.
paying recruiters to do the legwork for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying for our listeners, right? I know we probably have people in tech who are trying to break into the field that have probably, you know, been talking to recruiters and not having any success. So can you elaborate on this whole approach of paying the recruiters, you know, being more proactive in this regard to see if they get lucky?
Yeah, so a lot of times they're not a lot of recruiters really do this separately, but sometimes like, they do have like, their own connects, right? So let's say for example, like I'm a recruiter and I've been working for this company specifically. I've built relationships, right, with, partner companies. So for example, a company like Insight Global, they work
Mm,
with a lot of different tech companies. If I've been a recruiter with them for about 10 years or so, I've been working with a lot of the managers in a lot of different companies. So I can leave and start my own agency, basically. I still have those relationships. Now it's just like I'm a recruiter, I need money. So now I'm gonna be looking for people basically that are in the field and I'm gonna try to get them a job and match them with those companies specifically. So usually you want to try to go on LinkedIn or whatever site you're going on to find your recruiters and trying to find a recruiter similar to that, or even someone who's just part time, right? that is looking for extra income, and then you work where you kind of tell them what you want. You talk about your skills and things like that, what salary you're looking for, and then they'll negotiate a contract with you or a salary with you that you're open to work for, and then just going to just start finding you jobs. Basically, it's not something that's always going to work for you, because a lot of times it also depends on you if you can land the interview, or if you can nail the interview, right? When you do get the interview, if you can nail it and get the job, but at least it can try to give you some opportunities or send some your way at that point in time. And then once you do get it, obviously beforehand, they're going to make you sign that right to represent, right? So now
Correct.
when you're coming to negotiate your salary or whatever, nope, they're negotiating your salary with that person, with your employer. The employer then sends, does whatever they need to do with them. And then they tell you, okay, this is how much you're getting paid. Okay, cool. Based on your contract, on your right to represent and whatever you do, then you can kind of get your checks after that. So a lot of times I do know it's a percentage though. Usually they will tell you like, okay, it will call it, if let's say you're looking for a job that pays 150K a year or so, they're like, well, cool, I need 15K from this or 10K from this, which is 15K is 10% from this, which is fine. But then if you have like, because I know I actually looked into doing this with someone else, I'm like, okay, cool, you can take 15K, but I'm bringing someone else that's also looking for something similar. Well, do you mind, instead of doing 10% off, can you do 7% on both? Because I'm giving you two customers basically. And then you can kind of work it that way in a sense. And then once you get your offer and everything, you're contractually able to get it to, pay them back. Or however you want to do it, whether it's monthly, it's up to you.
So, question, right?
And your contract, I would say, with that recruiter.
Got you. So, question about recruiters, right? So I know I've gotten a lot of emails from different recruiters from different recruiting companies for the same job. So how does it work with the actual company that's trying to fill that role? Are they paying each of these recruiting firms, or what? How does that work?
From what I understand, I'm not an expert in that, but I do think they only get paid when they find whatever recruiter finds a candidate for them that they're going to hire.
Oh, so it's who brings the candidate first,
Yeah.
best candidate. Okay, because I'm like, because I was like, if they're paying them, maybe like a standard rate just for talking to people, and then doesn't matter if you bring somebody.
Yeah. Like if it's a contract, then yes. But if you're like internal, right? Let's say working for Walmart and there's a Walmart recruiter, they're getting paid their salary on a regular basis. Now, if there's an opening and they find a candidate for them, then they will get a commission on top of that. But then if it's like, Walmart is contracting with Inside Global, I'm just going to keep using them. Now, Inside Global is not going to get paid until they can find a candidate from but a lot of times Walmart is not just going to go Inside Global. They'll be like, okay, cool. We want to also work with these other people. Sometimes it might be exclusive. Sometimes it might have a bunch of different recruiters. And I do know that with these recruiters, sometimes like people, just like they waste our time. There are a good amount of us that waste their time as well too. So they'll be very wary about, a lot of, it sucks to say, they're very wary about a lot of Africans, because a lot of times, and immigrants, not say Africans, immigrants specifically, because a lot of times, people will say, okay, I want this job. They'll be like, okay, are you able to work in the US without sponsorship? And they will go and push this candidate through. And then when it's time to hire, this person is illegal. And they tend to go. So a lot of times, like different factors like that, they also have their own prejudice against, people. Or sometimes they might find a candidate because they're not very technical, and the candidate might BS their way through a screening, and then they go and get embarrassed. Now that recruiter looks bad, because like, why did you waste my time bringing this person for me to interview, basically?
Yeah, and the things I get emails where they're asking you to fill out a form where it's like name, social. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the right to represent, basically.
You're like, really? Your first contact, you're asking for this?
And you know who asked those questions, right? The
Of
most.
course not.
The biggest scammers on the planet. Nigerians, you guys are second place now, bro. By far.
And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
Very good thing. By far. Like, I don't even know that, but these people that I'm not going to say that their nationality, but they know themselves. They are by far the number one biggest scammers on the planet. By far. That you were going to say something.
You say Nigeria gets a bad rep? We need to update that
They need to
stereotype.
update that stereotype, bro. These guys are by far not even number one at all. Like it's not even close. And the thing is, you know the people that are number one. All of us, right, who have sat here and have complained about bad recruiters, most of the bad recruiters are from these places. most of them, because these are the people that will hit you up on WhatsApp. So I'm a recruiter from this company.
I'm like your
fire
English
by
is not
force.
your
You're
English
gonna get
doesn't even
recruited.
make sense.
As a matter of fact, I have an example. A number, I will expose this number because I don't care. 303-901-7772. The name says Agnes. Reached out to
Damn.
me. This was yesterday, as a matter of fact. I told you I had a lot to get off my chest, bro. I do. This person at the check is coming. Bro, the person sat there and said, hi. I'm like, what's going on? So me, I'm like, okay, it's another WhatsApp scam. I said, hello. Person said, hi, I'm Agnes from Duffy Group. Are you still looking for a full-time and part-time positions? Question mark. There are a lot of different positions available. Can I share with you? Question mark. I don't respond. They're like, hi, may I get your respond? Not response. Respond. Question mark.
Bro.
I'm like, huh?
Did you give your response?
Oh, hell no. No, there's more. Let me find this. This is the one that pissed me off the most. Let me find this thing. Bruh. Matter of fact, I don't know how to find out. I'll just tell you guys a story. So I'm looking at jobs, right? And one just like an agile coach role. I'm like, they're paying a lot. And mind you, all these numbers I'm giving you, I did not get these jobs though. So when I'm telling you some about NYK people, please, I'm not rich. I did not get any of these jobs. Let me just tell you right now. But these people are paying 95 an hour. I'm like, 95. I'm ready. I'm excited. You know? Boom. I'm in the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. And she's messaging me on WhatsApp. So yeah, set you up with an interview, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. I joined, bro. The link that she sent. 30 minutes, no one. 40 minutes, no one. And she messaged me on WhatsApp. Oh yeah, they had to postpone. I'm like, bruh, okay. Postpone. Next day again. Boom. Same thing. This time I was smart. I waited 5-10 minutes, exited. And she came back and said, yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened. No call, no show. She's like, okay, I'm gonna reach out and let you know. Did it again. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, try to call that number like maybe a week later. Beep, nothing. Went on LinkedIn, tried to find Auntie because she reached out to me on LinkedIn. Beep, nothing. And I was just like, yeah, this is y'all got me again. Again.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, fool me once, shame on you. They fooled me multiple times, bro. Shame on me now.
Shame on you.
Shame on me now, bro. Bro, they got me. They got me, bro. Like I don't understand, man. But I don't
Asha.
like these people.
I'll say where.
Asha.
Hey.
A lot is going
A lot,
through you.
a lot was going to you those 2 days.
These people.
But yo,
bro.
why? Wait, you're in the gym at 6:30 and this girl was messaging you on WhatsApp
WhatsApp?
at
Because
6:30.
it started on LinkedIn, right? So I'm thinking, okay, because it started on LinkedIn, it's
so time
professional.
zone,
And
right?
then then it switches to WhatsApp. And mind you, this is not the first recruiter from that space that has done this to me. I've had a recruiter reach out to me on the weekend. I turned okay, hold on. This one I can't even tell the story. So many.
Weekend.
So this one I got hired actually. It wasn't like nothing, no. Like I got hired. I got the job and everything. This was supposed to be a contract. Well, not even contract. It was supposed to be I was full-time with the agency, but contract with Fidelity, basically. I had already done my drug test and everything. But while going through it, the whole process, these people are like, yo, make sure you're not working with anybody else. Mind just the people from the same exact company. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, but I let it go. One time they'll call me at this point in time, the next person will call me and ask me for the same information. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? I did everything, followed through with everything, passed my drug test and everything. And then now they were asking for like a lot of different information on there. And these people started calling me on Saturday. And I'm like, what? Why are you calling me on Saturday? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like I've given you all the information you want. Whatever else you need for me to do, Oh, I was also traveling. So I told him I couldn't take the drug test at that point in time. Like I was in Dallas at the time. Like, unless you want me to take it in Dallas, I was like, I can't do it. Sunday they blew me up again. They're like, oh, you need to take another drug test. You need to go get your fingerprints. I'm like, I can't do a fingerprint. Like, I've already taken the drug test for you guys. You want me to take a drug test for fidelity? I can do it. It's whatever. I thought you guys can use the same drug test, but I get it. I will do another one. But then the fingerprint, you're calling me and blowing me up to do this thing. I'm like, what is going on? Sunday, they're calling me. Strike
Not my
2.
fault.
I let it go. I come back home, immediately schedule the fingerprint, do it, pass, we're done. At nighttime, 11 p.m., they're messaging me. Can you make sure you send this? Can you make sure you sign the non-compete? And this, I'm like, what do you do? Like, why at this hour?
At this hour.
At this hour on a Friday night at 11 p.m. So I ignored. I'm like, I'm not even gonna do this thing. Saturday they're blowing me up. This time I'm like, yeah, I'm not even gonna respond anymore. Sunday they kept calling me. I just sent the message. I was like, thank you, but thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested.
Nah, I'm good.
I kept it pushing. But I'm like, these recruiters were so pushy. Like, why? I don't know. But
Yeah. I mean, I imagine a lot of people have those same experiences, especially right now. It's so hard to get a job, man. These recruiters are out
Facts.
Ah,
here playing with everybody's feelings, and this economy is crazy.
I know.
Nah, bro. I don't know. I don't like them. I hate these people. They need to go. They need to go. Honestly. And then the messed up part too is, right, I have a friend who had a recruiter. She referred me to the recruiter, as a matter of fact. And mind you, she had been working with this recruiter for a while. Tell me why that auntie ghosted her and only started working with me. Auntie Mary Spricker, something like that. I'll expose all their names on here. I'm kidding. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so you can't even find her. But Auntie Mary, you know yourself, wherever you are, you know what you did to me. You know what you did to me. We talked about you. We talked about your fiance. You were engaged and everything. I thought we were cool, bro. What happened?
Damn.
What happened, bro?
We're on first name basis, man.
Bro, we're on first name basis. No, but I do want to shout out a good recruiter that I work with, though, like Tiana Scruggs. Tiana Scruggs. We never were able to find a position for me, but until would randomly check up on me. Are you still in the market? I have this position. She would give me updates like, oh, these people are saying this, they're doing this. Never were able to get it done, but shout out to you, Tiana, wherever you are.
Yeah, and I think what you just said is very important, because I think a lot of times people just these recruiters think that, oh, it's obviously the end goal is to look for a job, find a job. But apart from that, just that process of you talking to somebody, trying to navigate, looking for a job, if you're having somebody on your corner that is always checking, making sure that, updating you, periodically, okay, how's it going for me? And this is what I have, it's encouraging as well, because when you start talking to recruiters and not getting any feedback, it's just getting let downs and ghosted. It's very discouraging, man. So when I like hearing stories like that. Some people really enjoy what they do, and because recruiting is not just about them getting their own paycheck and getting their cut. It's trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
and we're also helping you too. It's not like you're not getting paid for that. We're also helping you.
Yeah.
Facts. And I think that's kind of a good place to end this. As far as anyone who is trying to get a job and dealing with recruiters, right? No matter what happens, even if the recruiter ghosts you, it's not the end of the world, right? There are many other recruiters out there, like Carson mentioned, that they have a good rap. They're going to check on you. They're going to make sure that you do get that perfect role, or even if it's just to get your foot in the door. So, hey, guess what? Recruiter A might not work, but recruiter B is definitely going to help you get that job for you.
Yep.
Final thoughts?
And I have names. Nicole Kaufman, your mommy Pima. Tanu Sharma, your mommy Pima. Steffi Juwane, your mommy Pima. Nanda Koshore, I'm on my LinkedIn right now, your mommy Pima. Daria Fedorchuk, your mommy Pima.
Wow. This man is calling
Jangpali
names.
Shri something, your mommy Pima. Josh Smith, you don't understand what I'm saying. Your mother, your mama. Tanu Sharma, your mommy Pima. Praveen Kumar, your mommy Pima. Saravanan Gopina, your mommy Pima. Joe Baker, your mommy Pima. Patrick Fox,
we need to
your mommy
create a
Pima.
whole
Emily
whole new
Collins,
segment.
your mommy
Facts,
Pima.
bro.
Hold on, there's more. Madison Vaccaro, your mommy Pima. Niti Goyal, your mommy Pima. Greg
Damn. This man
Morganov, your
heartbroken.
mommy Pima. Frank
Very, very heartbroken.
Letizia, your mommy
This
Pima.
needs to be a whole new segment.
Oh, I got more.
Facts, bro.
Nihal R, whatever his name is, your mommy Pima. Praful Tirari, your mommy Pima. Nick Bielinski, your mommy Pima. Madison Nicodemi, your mommy Pima. Griselda Vega, your mommy Pima. Shauna Dunleavy, your mommy Pima.
Oh, leave us so I beg.
There are plenty more.
No, it's okay, pa. We'll have an episode just for you to call everybody's Pima.
Just for you. Yeah. It's like you're reading GPE. Leave it.
Nah, bro. These people, bro, when I say they've got no, because at some point, right, I was putting about 50 applications a day. So you got to realize, like, I was taking calls nonstop and reaching out, and they'll reach out nonstop. And like all those names I named, I didn't even reach out first. They reached out to me and then ghosted me after that. So all of them, Yamami Pima. All of them.
Where Carson's corner is back, ladies and gentlemen.
You feel me?
Anyway,
All right, guys.
I hope that you release some
Yeah. Some bad energy.
Bad energy.
Yeah. I hope.
And whoever I haven't named, Yamami Pima, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, guys. This was good. I guess this was more therapeutic for Carson than anyone looking for a job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And mind you, this is me looking for a second job, not even a main job. So like, I can only imagine the people who are like, out of work for a month or two, like that are, actively looking, that are going through this. Man,
Yeah.
This for y'all, guys. This is for y'all.
All right, y'all. This was good. Check us out on Instagram at NYK Podcasts, and we are also on X at NayuKnow1. That is NayuKnow and the number 1. Shout out to Chef Carr, and shout out to the returning king of the jungle, Aristide. Until next time, or Pimas.
Yeah.